One Up Definitive Studios coming to you live from YouTube in studio. Show your support. Like and subscribe. Go to our website, oneupds.com. Support the show. Donate today.
Hey, good morning. It's 1 a.m. in the morning, impromptu show. I know we haven't had a show in a while. I've been out of town. So don't blame Tim. Don't blame Jamil. Don't blame Code. Don't blame any of the staff. And this is not Tim, Code, or Jamil, as you could tell.
Blame Scott. Blame
Scott. Scotty didn't know. That's it. So this is the really rare we've been drinking. No. 1 a.m. edition version of One Up DS, One Up Weekend, not even happy. This is One Up Definitive Studios coming to you live here, guys. So this is Scott Huggins. He is a friend of mine out of Austin who is he actually owns Fat Stream, which is a huge production company. They do all the, if you ever go to IkiCon, Anime North Texas, Anime Overload, Louisiana May, Anime Austin, and a couple other shows, man. Just anywhere in Austin, to be honest, you will see his equipment, and he's the one that sounds
Fest, San Japan.
That's right. You're gonna be at San Japan, right?
We have been, and we hope to be again. Yeah,
that's coming up next week too.
Oh, we've been all over the place. Yeah.
So yeah, but it's impromptu. He came into town. He has been touring with Slipknot as the Slipknot, right?
That's correct. As a lighting tech.
As a lighting tech, and he's put on those amazing lights. So he was in town. He's like, "Hey, I want to come hang out." Sure. And then I never realized that I've never showed him my studio here that we had in here. So he came, he's like, "Oh my God, can we go live? I want to be famous."
We walked in with my friend, a Mexican guy. We started painting the walls. Next thing you know, the mic's turned on. So here we are. Jose, I love you, by the way. So,
Jose Cuervo, baby.
Jose B. He's also one of our lighting techs. So I hope he sees this show soon. I'd hate to leave him out because he's been a huge go-getter in my life. And
there you go.
Yeah.
So we have this impromptu 1 a.m. showing of oneupds.com here, just so he can be on YouTube and talk about some of the stuff he's done. It's like an interview with oneupds.com. Welcome, Scott. Hi. Thank you for joining us here tonight as alcohol courses through our systems.
Oh, fuck my life. You know, production thought I would get in trouble outside of my hotel this evening, which is why I tried to run away from downtown Dallas. And next thing you know, I'm on the internet.
Are you going to get in trouble?
Well, you know, if I stayed in town and was continued to drinking, I would be kicked off production and be fired. But instead, I come here to the World Wide Webs because I like a larger audience.
Should I stop this show and delete the content to protect you? I don't want you to get fired.
Oh, God. Fire me, please.
Well, he doesn't mean that. You do. This is your day off. That's why you're here.
This is my day off. I am really enjoying it.
Are they really that strict about drinking?
You know, it's a dry tour. So formally on our days off, and any tour should be, to be realistic. I mean,
you don't need a drunk lighting tech not forgetting to bolt something down.
Well, here's the deal, man. We're hanging a lot of weight. I mean, any given show, minimum of 40,000 pounds of lighting, truss, and cable in the air. This is above the audience's head and above the band's head. So naturally, it would be expected to have a competent operator behind the rigging of these systems. You know, so we're always sober on a day on. Always, absolutely. You know, we do our job safely.
Well, yeah.
And But it's been a question of like, hey, can we drink on a day off? I'm like, absolutely, yes, because we come to our jobs sober and competent, and we risk the safety of every audience member and every band member on our day on. So we take that very seriously. It's a dry tour. We there's no drinking during the afternoon. Wee hours the day before, you know.
So
can't. Tomorrow's a day off. Might I mention? So. The day after tomorrow we have a show, so I thought this would be the exception and have some fun.
So far, it is.
My friend Toa, yeah.
Hey,
this is the exception. I thought it'd be pretty cool.
And now you already got one viewer here, which I'm sure somebody's going. You know, we already got one person watching us live right now, which I'm sure somebody's going, "What the hell?"
Absolutely. What the fuck is going on with this guy?
At 1:15 in the morning, why am I being cued that there's a live show going on? and you guys haven't done your normal show. I'm going to get yelled at for this. I know I'm going to get an email or a phone call or a text message at some point. I'm waiting for it to come in where I'm going to be yelled at about what the fuck. Why are you hosting a show without the team? It was just impromptu, guys. I'm sorry. We should have a show this Sunday.
Is it content matter? Is that the problem?
No. So the way many years ago, I used to have a show called The Bullshooting Show, which was on Blog Talk Radio, and it was fantastic. We had viewership all the way in South Korea, a military base down there. I even got emails from them saying, hey, we put you on the PA system because we were hilarious. We talk about everything. What's the world's worst item to use as a lubricant for sex? And we would go through all the... I
have a couple ideas.
Pepper spray was number one. But... And so we shut that down, and we had like 10,000 followers on that group, but the cost was just too much to do it. And
lubrication is expensive, yes,
because it's all coming out of my pocket personally. So it just got too expensive to do it. Oh, look, another viewer. Oh shit, we're racking up. We might be in trouble, or I might be in trouble at some point. But no, we kept racking up viewerships, and so I had to shut it down because the cost just got too high. And this is a passion of mine to have the conversations, because between myself, Jamil, Tim, so many people, Code included, Ghost, Bat, guys who have been on the show, we have normal conversations that are freaking hilarious that will just drop you over laughing. And I always wanted to put that somewhere where somebody else could hear these stories. So me and Jamil got together and we talked about it. It was like, hey, let's put on the YouTube. YouTube had just came out with the new live streaming stuff. Before, you had to record it all, edit it, upload it, go through this whole approval process, blah, 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 blah. Now it's like straight to the web, straight live. People can call in.
We can help you all.
We can respond to their chat, so we weren't getting like questions later, like, why didn't you talk about blah, blah. So we've been doing it since November last year, and we had a lot. Every week we had a show up until about June.
Speaking of which, since I'm like an AV guy, I'm looking at this beautiful picture of us, and I imagine that's what people can see.
Correct.
Yeah.
I usually have a border on it with but it's not right there right now.
You don't need to like the lower thirds with our names and all that stuff. Like let's get fucking let's go pro with it. But the audio levels, are they low right there?
No. So the combination with them both, sometimes they act up.
Oh yeah,
but that's actually, I can always turn that up. Sometimes we get complaints. It's like, hey, blah blah blah, can't hear you guys.
With 2 viewers, we're at 2 right now. Are we gonna get feedback?
If they ever chat and they were talking to chat right now, I'm pretty sure they're like, what the hell is going on? Why in the world are you guys, having this conversation at 1:00 in the morning on stream? But after it's done, it buffers, it goes on our page, and we promote. We started a new thing on our webpage called YouTube Spotlight. Every Tuesday we'll have a YouTube Spotlight where we talk about somebody as big. It started, I think it started today actually. Yeah, it started today with a guy named Caleb Hill, which I met in Delta H. I met at Anime Austin as a YouTuber, a singer, fantastic. I'm going to try to get him in here and get him on the show one day to talk to him and just have an interview with him, or at least on Skype or something. That's the game plan.
He's a Dallas local, right?
No, actually he's from like Alabama. But he has an amazing voice. But he's living in Austin right now temporarily because he's doing so many shows, like calls. Like he's a performer, he's a singer. So, but I digress. Anyway, so we started doing this show, and this is what it's turned into. I have invested a ton of money into this show between phone numbers and rights and board. Like, that board wasn't cheap, but it's a very nice board. I needed to go out to the laptop. The laptop itself, like $3,000, because it's a beast of a machine.
You do always need a beast.
I do always need a beast. But, cameras and mics and stands and XLR cables and headphones and all this other stuff. Even the headphones aren't that great. They're cheapies, but it's a progress. You know what I mean?
Man, like, as an AV company, like, we have about $250,000 invested in gear, and it's weird because you always feel like
to sponsor our gear.
I would love to.
I need.
But
I want a
but
better camera.
there's another avenue that we're not will adapt to take on. But it's like, every time you feel like you have the best gear, like never compare yourself. Like no matter what
Right.
you're doing, and like if you're in the Olympics, which ironically we've been watching on the tour bus for the last 2 weeks.
I actually missed,
We've been watching ourselves fail every day at every gig.
Hey, we won
through the
more
country.
medals than ever any other country. We won more medals. The downside to it is I love the Olympics. I love
That
watching.
is just proof that the elections are rigged. I'm just saying. But
I'm gonna build a wall that's so great that nobody can pole vote over it. No, actually, that's my dad's joke. He goes, he literally was watching the pole vaulting and the Mexican team, Mexico pole vaulting over, and he took a screenshot and posted online. And he goes, "Hey, just FYI, you build a great wall. They're gonna pole vault over it." And
every time you build a higher wall, they're raising the bar.
Right.
Literally.
there's gonna be gold medals every time. Who's the winner? Mexico, man. They can
Jose, how high can you jump, bro? I'm just saying, your green card's expired, brother. We'll see you in Austin.
It's really close to the border. Watch out.
Yeah, deportation is not expensive for us. So.
No.
Texas is willing to spend it.
I know a bunch of guys who are illegal immigrants, and I have no problem with them. They work hard every day. They pay taxes, whether it's under their social or somebody else's. They pay taxes. Damn it!
If there's somebody else's.
You know what? If they would pay my taxes, I'd be okay with this. If suddenly somebody took my Social Security card and made my credit better, I would be okay with this. I see you just bought 2 new houses. Yes. And they're paid off in full. Absolutely. I'd like to go ahead and take the $100,000 escrow loan now.
Right.
I just like to take it out of the house that I put in.
Show me the money.
That's right. So, well, tell me. So this is kind of your interview here with Fat Stream here. So tell me how
interview. Oh.
it is. Tell me, because you started out with Jacked In Entertainment. That's what your first company was, right?
Yeah, it was really a moment in my life. I was 19 years old. I just moved from New Braunfels. I just moved out of my house,
Right.
away from family. My mom, I haven't seen my dad in many years, and many of us haven't. So I don't think it's like kind of weird. But I moved away from my mom and my family and to pursue a career as a sheet metal worker, and I was working in a Samsung fab, which produces all of the memory in all of your fucking phones, by the way. So thank your SD cards for that. But I was working up there, and I just happened to come across a really cool party, and I had some. I had a $5,000 loan for some really cool subwoofers and some turntables and some stuff I really enjoyed personally at the time. And this party was lackluster, and I offered my gear to be part of that party. And next thing you know, I made more money on the weekend than I did working the rest of the week, and that's how my first business started, actually.
Right. We call him the guru, by the way. So when we met him, it was IckyCon, and he came in with
IckyCon 3, I think.
IckyCon 3 or 3 or 4, one of the two.
It was
and
young.
he was literally taking apart a board and soldering pieces that had messed up in transport. And this is back when he had long hair, and we called him the guru. Because he looked like
awful.
He's just like, yeah, I'm totally an audio tech, and so we just called him the guru because he was amazing. He just popped on board. He heard a sound, and this is what always gets me. He heard a sound, a click in the speakers that I didn't even pay attention to, and he's like, crap. Turned his board off, flipped it over, unscrewed it, took it apart, soldered a piece, put it back, and goes, let's see if that click is gone. And I'm like, what click? And he turns it on, and he's like, click is gone. I'm like, fucking guru.
And we did that between sessions.
You did that between sessions.
I mean, the audience would have never known that happened.
No, it would have. Nobody would have heard
and
it.
I wish you never would have known at that point.
You told me what it was. I didn't even know what it was. But the point is that you flipped the board over and you knew where that click was coming from. Out of that entire board. And I have a little, 15 channel board here, okay? That's nothing compared to his 72 channel board or 16 or 20 whatever channel. He had a big ass board with him, flipped it over, took it apart, and knew exactly where the problem was going to be, and that's how we came up with the name Guru for him. That is his con name, by the way.
Guru.
The Guru.
Because
you also had High Speed, which was Eric. Yeah, I got your name in my mouth. What you gonna do, bitch?
I've been told recently to keep his name out of my mouth.
I'll say it all day. Eric, I live in Dallas. Feel free to come see me.
We'll see you soon.
He's busting through the door. Hey, we called him High Speed because he was just so fast. He was nimble. Like, he'd be on one side, instead of walking across the stage, he'd trot across the stage. Go into a panel room to go fix something. You know, people would normally walk or maybe hustle a little bit or walk fast. He would like haul ass to the room.
Yeah, there's a saying for that. Meth. Not even once.
And then I can't remember the other guy. I still have his picture. He was the guy that was crawling underneath everything. And I think he's still with you, but he had the long hair too, black long hair. And then we called him Dig Dug. Because he would just pop up out behind the stage and go, test it now, you know, and then duck back down and go into the stage. And this is only like a 2-foot high rise, guys. You know, it's tiny. I even got underneath, and I'll post a picture at some point. I got underneath and took a picture of him, just him grinning ear to ear because he was running cable back and forth underneath the stage.
Is that the guy that was found escorting guests behind backstage? That was like, you know, he was an audio guy, but he was like trying to be a guest escort.
I don't know. I mean, it may have been. I never heard
that. Theater and like the whole experience of being live performance on stage was even an option to a guy like me. I grew up loving electronics,
right?
Loving lighting, loving sound, being totally obsessed by it. Car audio was my first big thing, even when I was 11 years old. You know, I couldn't, you know, find my own balls before I found, you know, a stereo.
So
I swear to God.
So before the whole drop the bass, it was drop his balls.
Yeah. One way before the other. And it's just really crazy to have found myself. I'm 31 years old, turned 31 this year in July, and it's really
July
crazy.
What?
July. You know, I almost got arrested once coming from Laredo to Austin. I got pulled over, didn't remember my birthday.
July what?
But today I know it was July 30th.
Okay. I was born July 17th, so we're Cancer.
I'm a Leo. Get out of here.
Anyway, so I know you sold Jack Entertainment and you moved up to Oklahoma for a while, and I'm not sure what you did up there, but I know that was a transition that you did. You had sold Jack Entertainment to Eric, right? Or did you just shut it down?
Yeah, it was a transitional selling to Eric. I moved into an unknown state of life. Just was trying to just freelance it. I didn't even, you know what I really wanted out of life, and I wound up at a really great lighting company, which just opened my eyes to all sorts of travel. They sent me to China. They sent me from East Coast to West Coast doing lighting. Just really provided the foundation that I needed, that when I was finally became tired of being a company guy, to start up my second company and really be successful,
which is
that.
Fatstream.
Yes, that's how.
Now, I always say Fatstream Productions or Fatstream Entertainment, but it's just Fatstream by itself, right?
Well, it's just Fatstream LLC. Yeah, because and it was kind of crazy because before I even moved back into Texas, I knew I wanted to come back to Texas, because if you've ever been to Oklahoma from Texas, you know.
Well, we drive through it a few times, but yeah.
On the way to shows. Keep driving, all right? But living there, you always knew that you wanted to like move back to Texas, and as I was preparing to start a company, and I had this as a vision. Oh, sorry, listeners, I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine.
That. Oh, was that gaff tape? That's nice.
Yeah. It hides the cable.
Yeah, I had a lot more than that. I was there in Oklahoma, and I wanted I wanted to move back to Texas,
right.
And there was a lot of namespace on the internet, you know, like www.fuckyou.com, and all the other garbage that
It's
happens.
actually available. I may want to buy that. Hold on.
I'd put a bid on that.
I just want to buy that.
I'm sorry to be just so atrocious, but I mean, you look at the internet and it's just garbage.com. You just have all these things going on. It's just so convoluted in your namespace. So when I started my new company down in Austin / New Braunfels, I wanted something that was cool and creative and not really hipster because not really from Austin in that sort of way.
Right.
But I thought Fat Stream would be really cool, and a lot of people ask me what does Fat Stream mean, because some people are really turned on to it and some people are like, what the hell is going on? And for the real explanation, because I spent about 6 months in Oklahoma contemplating about 75 names before we actually chose Fat Stream. And Fat Stream became the choice because one, it's not convoluted on the internet, so like when you search it, it's not diluted with other stupid results. We are the result when you look us up. There's no craziness.
Fatstream.com, right?
Yeah, faststream.com. But when you think about the name and relevancy to the kind of service that we provide, it's audio, visual, lighting.
Right.
When you think about FatStream, really what I was thinking about when we first put that name into the pool of all the names that we could have chose from is if you think about high bandwidth sort of providing, they're streaming audio, they're streaming lighting, and they're streaming audio. Those are like
audio streaming, audio, lighting, and audio.
Yeah, audio,
visual,
lighting,
audio, and lighting.
video.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, welcome to 2 a.m. here. It's 2 a.m. It's
just 1:30.
Well, I'm ahead. But there's just a whole convoluted things going on, and I wanted to think about like the high bandwidth, like the high quality, just something that's weird. It's kind of different. It's a name it's very unique, and you can think about it in other ways. But I wanted to think about like just a new sense of how you would think about that kind of service. Like Fat Stream is just not
when I think about it, I think about you like streamlining a process kind of a deal. You're streamlining your audio, you're streamlining your video, you're streamlining your. I would market it towards like and this is just me, but if it's audio needs, streamline your process with Fat Stream, kind of a deal. And where you guys, because you guys literally take care of all the problems. I mean, we have him for Animator Texas, IkiCon, and Anime Overload, which we'll get into at the show on Sunday. Anime Overload is done, over, gone. New show will be built from the ground up. I'll tell you about it. But you guys come in.
I want to know about that as well. Because
well, watch the show Sunday. No, but you guys literally come in and you don't require anything from the outside. Now, I have a troubleshooting team that I travel around the country with, and I've got 3 audio guys, including myself, on there. Technically 4, because I've got Nugget, which has been my main dude. Tetsu,
fantastic guy.
Yeah, Tetsu is a guy who's also AV, and then we've got this new guy named Will, name brand. That is also,
Will is still with you.
Yeah.
Big tall Will.
Big tall, big
blonde
beard.
Will. Oh yeah.
No. Oh, you're talking about little. There's 2. We got Will and Maverick, and then there's the one with the beard. He was at IkiCon. You saw him, bald beard.
Yeah, no Will. Yeah. Fantastic.
So he's also an AV guy as well. So and then myself. So we've got AV pretty much covered, which
we've been training you well.
Yeah, liar. I will say, in the end, I will say they probably know more than I do. But I have a vision about things. I'm more not artistic, but I can visualize what I need to have to make it work right off the bat. And I'll give Will, Nugget, and Tetsu their credit. They have come up with some great ideas. And this past weekend at Delta H that we were working, we actually had Step AV. And it was the first time the team, myself, Will, Nugget, and Code, got to build a stage from the ground up. Was just literally, they brought us boxes and went, here. Oh, somebody texting you?
No, I was looking at my phone, curious if you could get more people involved via my phone. I don't know. I have friends on here. I swear to God, I do. I don't have to contact them. I'm so old school, you know. I'm like, hey man, if I want to invite people to a party, I have to go through the phone list and call them up all individually.
So you know everything about AV, but social media is just not your game plan. Not a problem here. We can help you out with that too. So we got about 5 minutes. You said 30-minute show, so we got about 4 minutes left. 3 minutes, 4 minutes actually right now to finish up here. Unless you want to continue.
I don't care.
I do need sleep at some point. I do have work at some point. But you know, it's your company has always been amazing. You've had some hard times and some transition times, and you put a lot of your own personal money into it, and I can feel that. I didn't put as much into this as you put into yours by far, but I mean, you were telling me that you made your quota, your money back in like 7 months of you guys putting this process together, which is an amazing feat in itself.
Yeah, it was a little bit unexpected to actually have that happen because our business timeline was written on a 5-year goal, and we weren't expecting to do those numbers.
Well, you're located in Austin, which is like the music capital of the United States, live music capital, and you guys are always doing the stuff. And I know they got a lot of in-house, but you guys do it way better than in-house.
Yeah, maybe so, but when you think about the pieces of the pie, all the pieces of the pie already exist. And you have to take them from someone else. There's very few customers in the market who are a startup among themselves, you know. And if you can meet them at the bottom, it's really great to grow with them.
Right.
Those are excellent opportunities, but those opportunities are really limited. So a lot of the business that we acquire is already existing business. It already exists in the market. So
right.
we're stealing it from someone else. And we naturally with any business, you don't make a lot of friends when you take the market share from other people. And the audio, lighting, video business is very small. So when we take business, we take it from people that we have known, we have met, and it's not really exciting in a lot of ways to make our break-even point that soon.
Right.
We didn't make a lot of friends doing that.
Right.
But it is exciting being able to provide for the public and our customers a new level of experience and eagerness. We really strive to provide a great service, no matter what your budget is. So, you know, whether you're looking to shoot a commercial or have a little...
Yeah, because you guys also have the high-end video gear to shoot commercials, like the 4Ks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do. We have a grip package. We have camera packages. So we integrate those same cameras and stuff into our ballroom environments where we're doing multi-switching and lower thirds and multi-layer video environments.
Mm-hmm.
To create more excitement into our ballroom and presentations.
Right.
We use a lot of that same gear. It just translates in a lot of ways. I mean,
see, that's
the
what
same
I want
piece
to do
of
here.
gear.
I mean, you can see our camera up there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not a bad camera, but if you look at the screen, I also have a person that sits right here, which kind of I feel like the screen, and the guy sits beside you, so it gets really hard. I need like a fisheye kind of lens on it. I don't have, but I also want to get a much better camera. I was talking to a guy out of Germany who was talking about sponsoring us with his cameras if we promoted them, and he was going to give us some of these red-eye 4K camera, or was it red-eye? I think it was red-eye 4K cameras with fisheye lenses on them.
Red 4Ks?
Yeah, I think that was it. He's a production company, and so in Germany we're banned. Our show is banned in Germany, but we actually have.
What did you do?
We curse. And we had a whole thing about, you know, making...
Well, you curse in English, right?
No. So we had this entire series in the beginning where we had a guy named Ben Ambroso who was promoting his game Witch, which is a game he's been developing. One Up Definitive Studios has been a part of the audio for him. We've been doing some of the voiceover work with him and recording and editing and cleaning it up and trying to, you know, we're trying to help him out because we think it's a good project to get behind. And I have no problem just spending my time because eventually when he takes off, we're going to kind of coattail into it as a credit. And I will feel regardless if I've ever made any money on it, I would be very proud to be a part of something that he's put together because he's put his lifeblood in his work. So the process is that we're talking about his game. And at some point we started talking about how the secret boss should be like a Hitler character. Like a happy Hitler version.
No.
And from that point on, we've been banned in Germany, which is fine because it's like, well, I the only people in Germany I would ever want to hear our show, honestly, is going to be like the military base or something like that because I don't speak German, so I don't want people to be like, I don't understand what they say. Yeah, it's a horrible German accent. I don't understand what they're saying. So, but come to find out, we actually have a huge underground over there. We are watched over there because through our website, when we post our videos in our archives, people will visit our website. So I'm seeing the tickers on the website, and they're coming from Germany. Brazil is a big fan of ours. We actually get more viewerships from Brazil.
So what you're saying was my day off in Dallas is safe in America.
Yeah, probably. We don't have a whole lot of subscribers.
I only have 3 more days left with Slipknot. So
that must have been exciting to be a part of that.
It's crazy. It's a fantastic gig. It's a really fantastic crew. Production management, who's run by Jordan Coopersmith. There's been a little bit of turnover
Shout
there.
out.
Yeah, come on, Coopersmith. Been taking over. Stage management was Jake. Now Ethan. Just a bunch of fantastic guys in the industry. These guys have been working with some of the biggest bands in the industry. I could go through the resumes, but I'd bore you to death. You'd die before I got to the end. Yeah, after you're 50 years old, and you're like, yeah, I've been doing the rock stars, for 25 years. It's just really great to get to work with some like the best guys in the industry. Load-ins and load-outs are just fantastic. So
right. Well, I mean that's kind of a cool experience to actually say you were a part of this show. I mean, people go to concerts and people get backstage passes, but you're actually there from start, build up, on stage, breakdown, load out, and you travel with them.
Unfortunately, yes.
So you travel with them. When you get done with your tour and you get done with your contract, I want to have you back here, and then you tell me some really cool stories that you can't talk about right now because you're on contract. But maybe some cool stories of what happened on tour.
Well, I figure I could probably tell a couple of them now because I got 3 days of viral before I could actually get fired, right?
All you need is just one person. Watch one of our subscribers be like the lead singer of Slipknot and be like, "You're gone." If you are the lead singer of Slipknot, Corey, and you are a subscriber, please feel free to contact us. We would love to have you on the show. I will travel wherever to put you on the show. But
I could put him here probably. If you're serious. Maybe
no, he'll come in here and be like, "What is this crappy production? I can go to like a real studio."
He's been to a couple, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's Slipknot. They've been doing that for a long. I still don't know how he screams the way he does without his voice just destroying itself, but I know he
practice.
Oh no, I know it's training. I know it's a lot of training, practice. A lot of practice. Yeah, but still, for me, it's like, what happened? I screamed and now I have a dick in my throat. I don't know. So, but anyway, so you've been traveling a lot. You've been gone for how long now?
It was 4 days at home before Christmas and April, and then this run has been I was gone for 3 weeks before. I think we're looking at 3 months.
Wow, that's
3 months away. Yeah, 3 months. 5 days at home. Yeah, and then I go back out for another.
Now, do they fly you home, or do you got to fly yourself home?
Well, I get lucky. Last day is in Austin, so I'm gonna drive home to New Braunfels, and then.
Do you have a car waiting for you, or somebody picking you up?
Yes. My wonderful girlfriend has been kind enough to come up from San Antonio and put my ass in a car.
And drive. Because that would suck if you're like, all right, let's go get my car from the airport. What do you mean I owe you 3 months of parking?
I've actually done that.
That's horrible.
It's awful.
You know so many people in the Austin area that could just take you to and from locations.
Sometimes you have friends and sometimes you don't.
Well.
Yeah, when I get done with the Slipknot thing, I'm gonna be home for a couple days, and then we'll do Avenge. I'll fly straight from Avenge back to Slipknot, and then I hope to be home again here in Texas. God, I love Texas.
How long is this tour?
Well, it's convoluted, but because I bounce back and forth between artists, but.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, I'll be back in I think early October, and then I'm gonna take a vacation, which I'll be back on another plane for. I'm not really excited about that, but the destination is awesome. So
Where's the destination?
I have a treehouse destination with a hot tub in it, like treetop.
Seriously?
You ever play Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know those treetop villages in level 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going there in Wyoming.
Wow. Okay.
Hot tubs, and one of our catering staff, his mom lives in the town that I'm going to, and so I've talked to them about being a personal chef. Talk to the chef's mom.
Right.
You know where he got it from. He got it from Mama. So I've talked to them, or talked to her about being a personal chef while I'm away on vacation, and I thought that was the best way to do it.
Is it just you and your girl, or is it just you going just to get away from everything?
Just me and the girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally the way to do it.
Yeah.
Totally. So
remember, 9 months from now,
this is where it all came from.
is there a treetop drugstore that sells condoms? Donkey Kong show up with a barrel of them, chunk them at you, but double strap.
Diddy Kong showed up.
It's horrible. Oh, the hair will just go everywhere. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you wanted to do this and live stream it. I'm sure people are like, the few viewers that we do have are like, what the hell? 1:30 in the morning, people.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm a bit random of a guest, and
it was random. You called me. You're like, hey, I'm in town. I want to say hi, hang out. I said, cool, come on over. You Ubered over here. Uber. All the way over here. We've been hanging out, drinking, and I was like, oh, I showed you our studio. Here's our studio. It's not very good. And
dude,
then you're like,
we lifted up a crawl space. We crawled through this like little wooden door.
Okay, first off, they know Jamil's on this show, and he can't crawl through a crawl space. That dude's 6'9".
Okay. All right. Well, Jamil didn't crawl through it, but Scotty did. All right. There was dirty clothes and all sorts of like laundry and dishes and shit, and I had to crawl through there. It was a terrible experience.
Yes, the studio's
when
in the
I
back
got here.
Studio's in the back of my house. That's something I haven't ever actually tried to say out loud. My driveway.
There is no.
Scotty's buying us a Corvette, guys. Woo!
Tour money better.
Yeah, right.
Tour money.
Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us today. Thanks to Scott for joining us here. We're sorry for the really late show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. So we're not even going to do the whole intro release here. So just a quick shout out to the sponsor of the show, of course, animebento.com. Make sure you go to animebento.com, use the code 1UPDS for 10% off your Anime Bento subscription box. The Anime Overload, overload.com is still there, but it's not going to be there. Join us Sunday to learn what's coming out in replacement of Anime Overload. Brand new show from the ground up, new concepts, new everything. It's going to be a fantastic showing. And once again, we thank you for joining us this very late evening, and you guys have a wonderful night. Peace.
Thanks.